Hi, everybody. My name is Terry, and I am with Gateway to Counseling. I am a licensed professional counselor with over 25 years of experience working in the field. And today, I wanted to have a conversation with you guys and provide some information and education support on the topic of single living. I'm going to warn you guys that I don't really know what's going to come out of my mouth, and I hope that I'm not going to offend anyone at any point in time. But we're going to be very direct and very honest about this topic of single living. This is the year 2017, and there's a lot of single people out there in this world. And from what I can see and from what I am being told, there's a lot of struggles with being single. Let me let me start off by saying it's okay, guys. It's okay to be single. What I really want to focus and get you to understand is that life can be whatever you want it to be, and you can be happy at any stage of relationship. So you have those young adults who are single, and maybe they're in college or just graduating from college, and you're out there dating around and looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right. And that can be a very fun time in life. However, I suspect that most of the people that are watching this video today are not in their early 20s. You might be in your 30s, 40s, or 50s or more. And maybe some of you have been out there and you've dated and there's a lot of games. That's what I hear from everyone, whether it's male or females, whether you're 22 years old or you're 62 years old. I hear from everyone that there's so many games being played from everyone. The guys are saying to me, I just want someone to be honest with me. Wow. Yeah. And they don't want all the games. But then there are so many games. So the question is why? Why are there so many games in this single living, in this space of what each person wants? Because let's face reality. I don't care who you are. 9 times out of 10, you want to mate. You want someone to spend your time with. You want someone to hold you when you're cold, when you're scared. You want someone to cuddle with when you're in bed. You want someone to have sex with, okay? You want somebody in your life. Maybe you're a 40-year-old man and you've been married before and you don't ever want to be married again. But you want companionship. You want someone to do things with. You want someone to go out with you to dinner. Maybe you want someone to cook with in the kitchen. You want those kind of things. Maybe you're a 35-year-old woman and you've never been married. You have no kids, and you really want a family, and you're just having a hard time out there dating, right? And so you're doing this single living and you're trying to balance. And what I see a lot of people doing, male and females, is they pretend that life is great, life is wonderful. And don't get me wrong, because there are some single people out there that are loving being single. There are some people who love being single, but there are some the majority, I think, that are lying. They're lying to themselves. They're lying to their friends. They're pretending that life is great and wonderful, and they couldn't be more happy being single. When in reality, they're crying themselves to sleep. They're standing over the sink eating their meal. They're eating ice cream for dinner or a bowl of cereal, and they're bored. I've had people say to me, I'm bored. Like, how much TV can I watch? I have nothing to do. I don't like going out to dinner by myself. So they just stay home. And they're struggling. They're struggling. And so these games that are being played, first, the games begin within yourself. I want you to hear me. You are playing a game within yourself. You're not being honest with yourself about what state you're in and what you truly want and what your desires are. I had someone say to me, oh, when I meet someone, I act like it's just going to be a casual thing. No one wants to put labels on relationships, and so you might be dating someone for months and months and months, but it's just a casual thing. But you need to be honest with yourself about what you really want and what you're looking for. If you're looking for a deeper relationship, then know that with yourself. No, you don't have to tell a person the first time you meet them that you want to have a deeper relationship with someone one day, or that you want to get married one day. But you need to at least be honest with yourself, because if you're honest with what you really want, let's say you're the 35-year-old and you really want a husband and you really want children. If you're fooling yourself and you're not being honest about that, you're going to date anybody and everybody that don't even line up with the husband you want. The characteristics that you want in a mate. You're just doing whatever. I've had people say, they just go out on dates just because they have nothing else to do. Really? You have nothing else to do. And I'm going to take my glasses off on that. You have nothing else to do with your time to value yourself. You think so little of yourself that you would just go out on a cheap date. And then, I'm sorry, there are some people out there who not only go out on a cheap date, but then they end up having sex with that person the same day that they meet them. And I understand that we're in this age of liberation and women can do just as much as men can do. But where do you think that's going to go? And I know, I hear you. Some of you are saying, I just want to have sex. And I cleaned that up. I just want to have sex. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to have sex. And he can go on his way and I'll go on my way. Okay. Well, while you're out there just having sex, then are you really getting what you really want? That's instant gratification. Is it getting you to where you want to be? I know some of you out there who have that friend, that friend that you can call on when you have those needs. And while you're satisfying those needs with that friend, you're not getting what you really want. Sometimes we have to, first of all, be honest with ourselves about our desires, and then we have to have some delays on our gratifications. We have to have long-term goals of what we're trying to achieve, not just the short-term goals. Games. So all these games that are being played out there, first you're playing a game with yourself by not being honest about what you truly want. Second of all, I do honestly believe that the online scene is created a ton of games that is almost acceptable. It's acceptable. Um, Years ago, when online dating first came out, there were a lot of people who met their husbands and their wives through online dating. I personally have friends who met their spouse through online dating. I don't think that's true as true these days. I heard a story of a guy who would go out with a woman that he had met online, and then in the middle of towards the end, he would still have food on his plate. He would say, "Hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, I need to take this phone call. I'm gonna step out. I'll be right back." And so she's sitting there enjoying her glass of wine and finishing her meal, and he never comes back. He's gone because he just wanted a free meal. But ladies, y'all have been doing that for a long time. So I couldn't fault him too much, because I know many women who say, "Oh well, it's a free meal. Oh well, I wanted to try out that restaurant anyway, so I might as well just go out on a date." You're just going out on. Let me tell you something. If you have nothing better to do, shame on you. There are so many things that you can get involved in. You can volunteer. You never know, you might meet your mate there. You can join a wine group or join a line dancing team. You can do arts and crafts, and you can do cooking, and there's all kind of sporting events. You can fill your life with things to do. And you never know. If you're doing something that you enjoy, you might just meet your mate. You never know. And if nothing else, pick up a good book. Pick up a book that's going to make a difference in your life. Not all those romance books. Yes, those can be fun, I guess. Some people like those. I personally like mysteries. But sometimes I see women escaping into these romance books, and they're not living life. There has to be a balance. I'm going to say this. You probably have seen some of my other videos. I talk about balance in life. There has to be a balance. Yes, you want to read. You fill your mind with positives. You find out who you are so that you can be a wonderful person. You need to be a whole person when you meet Mr. or Mrs. Right. You can't be playing games with yourself and playing games with other people and then wonder why you can't find Mr. or Mrs. Right. I'm going to change the topic just a little bit, because I know that some people out there are very happy living a single life. I know that because I'm one of those people. I know that because I've met many people like that. These are people who are traveling the world, enjoying life, experiencing things. They're filled with love. They're surrounded by love, and it radiates through them. And when you're able to love yourself and enjoy your life and make yourself happy, then the whole world opens up to you. And then single living can become fun. It can be a treasure. You don't have to be in need of being with someone. It is very disturbing to me when I have clients telling me about how they're living single. It's sad. It's depressing. And they're depressed. They're very depressed. They're going from guy to guy to guy to guy, girl to girl to girl, and everything is on Facebook. Oh, everything is on Instagram. You meet a guy today, y'all hook up at the club, at the bar, at rodeo, and tonight Y'all are sleeping together. And it might go on for a month. It might go on for 2 months. And before you know it, you're telling everybody that you're looking at wedding dresses. He hadn't even put a ring on on your finger. And he might even be talking to you about marriage. He might even want to one day marry you. He might even be thinking about that. She might be thinking about that. But take your time. Slow down. The whole world don't need to know that you are now having sex with Petty Sue or Billy Bob. And I'm just making up names to have fun with you guys. But you don't have to open up your legs for everybody. You don't have to put your penis in every single vagina. You don't have to do that. Let's get real with what we really want in life. If you want to just be out there having fun and having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Sally, then that's okay. Then know that's what you want. And enjoy that part of single living. But you're here today and I'm here today because you're having struggles with single living. And I want you to have a better single life than what you're experiencing right now. So I want the games to stop. I want you to be honest with yourself first. And then be honest at some point with a friend who can be your accountability partner. You know, if you tell one of your male friends, man, I really want to settle down. I really want a family. I want a son. And I don't want my son out of wedlock. I want to be married to his mother. I want to be that much in love that I can commit my life to this person. Tell your friend that, so that when he see you dating one person a day and another person tomorrow and another person next month, then he can say, dude, I thought you wanted to have a son. You're not going to do it this way, especially if you want to be having a son in wedlock, you know, where you're married and you and your wife are raising this kid together, which is appropriate, which is the best way, right? Isn't that the best way? So games, I keep coming back to games and this whole online thing. It's like it lends itself to games because you talk to this person and you're chatting with this person and you're exchanging information with this person and you go out with this person and you go out with that person. And yes, guess what? It's okay to go out with 2-3 different people while you try to fill out, you get to know them. You get to know what's going on and what you want and what you like and don't like about that person. But be honest. Be honest with that person. Say, hey, you know, I'm dating multiple people right now because I don't know who's the right person for me. I'm trying to get to know you and I'm trying to get to know them as well. Be honest. Have good communication. They might be doing the same thing, right? So if you're honest, where do you think that's going to lead you? Do you think it's going to get you what you really want? Yes, it will. I know some of you think no, it won't, but yes, it will. You don't have to play all those games. And I'm going to say that sometimes people kind of think it's fun to play games. They do. Now I'm thinking about the women and men out there who are dating married people. And so it becomes exciting. It's a fun game, right? Some people say there's a shortage out there. And so you might find yourself dating a married person. Or what's worse, you might find yourself dating your ex-husband's best friend or your ex-wife's whatever. Really? Guys, I know there seems to be a shortage. There might actually, I really think there is a shortage. But then maybe that means you're just going to be single. And that's why you should embrace it and love yourself and know that you are not defined by who you're in a relationship with. That's me. I define me. You defined you. I determine my happiness. You determine your happiness. I decide what peace I want in my life, and so do you. It's wonderful being single. I will tell you that. It is awesome to decide within yourself that your life is full and complete and wonderful. That you are surrounded by love. Not only love within yourself, but you're just everywhere you go. There is love. I know that because there are times that I travel by myself and I meet the most wonderful people who shower me with their love. And it's great. So embrace where you are. Know who you are. Know what you want. And if you want to be married one day, okay, then you want to be married one day. But do the things that are going to lead to you being a wonderful spouse, a wonderful person. And that starts with you being a wonderful person now to yourself. You love yourself so that when you meet Mr. or Mrs. Right, they can love you too. So, I am Terry, and I am talking to you today about single living. If you need any help going through the daily struggles, just trying to get over the edge, you need to talk about, oh my God, what did I do last night? I keep sleeping with these women that I don't know, and I'm not using a condom. This is not good behaviors. This is risky behaviors. If you want to talk about any of those things, you don't want to tell your friends about some of those risky behaviors, then please, we're just a screen away. Please contact us at Gateway to Counseling. Come enter into our gates to a brighter, happier tomorrow where you are in control. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.